The price of Bitcoin is $29,352 as it continues to just do absolutely nothing. And it is the most boring period of time in crypto that I've experienced in a long time. And I'm sure it's the most boring time that you've experienced as well. The price of Bitcoin barely seems to move these days. It just slowly goes down. And the question is it going to keep slowly going down? Is it going to trickle out of this range? And I want to show you a different way of plotting the price of Bitcoin today that I think, there is a lot of bearish sentiment in the market. You do get that bearish sentiment. Ultimately, if we're to measure the amount of time now that Bitcoin's price has been going down, if I'm to show you that on the chart from here to here, that is a period of time now of 14 days, just pretty much going sideways and downwards. And it's really not particularly interesting to watch, is it? And as a viewer, I'm sure that you're not particularly entertained because it's just, you can't make money without volatility. And that's what we need. We need volatility, whether it be to the downside, whether it be to the upside. We need some volatility. And these 0.3% a day moves, they're just not paying right now, are they? They're just not doing anything. It's particularly boring. And of course, the altcoin market, well, that's been slowly picking up some steam. XTP's price is up, 40% over the course of the past month. So that's going pretty well. But everything else is just sideways and downwards, and it's very boring. So today I'm going to explain what my plan is in terms of I'm changing strategy on Bitcoin just a little bit. I'm also going to take some new trades, and I am currently in a Bitcoin long position from about where Bitcoin's price is right now, about $29,300. And it's not a sizable long position. It's a bit of a long position, but it's not a sizable long position. There isn't a whole lot of confidence in the markets right now. And I think that's something to be potentially taking advantage of. If you look at the way that Bitcoin's price has been trading recently, these downward slaps, they're only having an impact on the market because there isn't a whole lot of volume in this range. If you look at the actual volume in this range right here, there just isn't a lot. So if you want to know more about what's going on with the price of Bitcoin as we go through and analyze it in today's video, and of course, if you do want to join the TMG Trades BYBIT competition here on the World Series of Trading. I don't know how many people are in our team right now. If I click on this, will it bring it up? No, this is for the Rolex giveaway. If you do want to win a Rolex, by the way, you'll find a link in today's video description. If you click on that link, then again, you can win a Rolex Submariner. All you need to do is make an account on BYBIT and meet some of the criteria. If you scroll down on the page, then it tells you basically how you can enter the Rolex giveaway competition. But essentially, somebody has to win it, and so do check that out. But yeah, if you do want to have a little bit of fun and maybe we can help the markets turn around by pressing the like button, I'd appreciate it. Got to try something, don't we? Yeah, let's try and get one like, let's try and get one comment, and let's crack on with today's video as we head into the weekend. Not a whole lot of things are expected to happen, but this is where you position yourself for the week ahead. And of course, where is that CME gap going to close? We wanted it to close above $29,500. And it's not currently above those levels. Now, if we look at the price of Bitcoin, currently $29,352, of course, we're not above $29,500. Earlier today, we actually did come up and test that level. We actually came up to $29,566 earlier today, but we've since dropped back down again in the most Bitcoin way possible. As soon as something starts looking good, it's just like, yeah, not today, just not today. And I think there's a lot of reasons for that right now. I think that there just isn't a whole lot of liquidity in this market. You can see we've got a band of liquidity here. We've got a band of liquidity up here. We failed to make it up to this higher band of liquidity. So, of course, Bitcoin's not going to do all that much. We came up, we retested the underside of this level of resistance. We got rejected. So it's likely we're going to spend the weekend trading in this range. But the question is, how are we going to trade throughout the course of the rest of the weekend? And for that, well, I want to show you a different way of plotting the price of Bitcoin right now. Because, of course, I've been plotting the price of Bitcoin in a bull flag, or rather a bit of a convoluted bull flag. But if you look at it here, you've got your stalk upwards and kind of like a pennant outwards. We broke to the downside of that pennant, and now we're on the underside. But there is a different way of plotting this. This is the different way of plotting this. It's an expanding kind of megaphone pattern. I think that's what they called. But at the same time, of course, we've got a key level of resistance here. And we only need to break through this key level of resistance. And it looks a lot less slanty. If you just zoom in a little bit, suddenly that key level of resistance that's really slopey and looks very difficult to break is actually not so bad. We only need to trade above this level in order for Bitcoin's price to break back to the upside. And that's why I'm long right now. We only need really a break of around, earlier today would have needed a break of around $29,600. But throughout the course of the weekend, look, if we trade and we just break to the outside of this level without breaking to the downside, things are actually starting to look up. If we look at the way that Bitcoin is trading right now, you can see that we're forming a W reversal pattern here at the bottom. That's pretty good to be seeing. At the same time, It's not technically a bear flag. It's just not technically a bear flag. Bear flags typically, if you was to plot a bear flag on a chart like this, you would say it would go something, I mean, kind of like what we're doing right now, whereby you've got a stalk downwards and then slight trading upwards. And I guess the downside of the bear flag, if we were to be forming one of those, would be $29,100 at this point in time. If we start trading to the downside of $29,100, it could be game over for now. And it could be that Bitcoin's price makes a drop back down into that lower range of liquidity that you see right here. And that lower band of liquidity, well, it takes us pretty low on the price of Bitcoin to around $26,800. And that's really not what we want to be seeing. But again, a bit of volatility, it would be welcome at this point in time, because at least if it's going down, you can short it. And if it's going up, you can long it. But if it's doing nothing, you can't do anything. And that's frustrating, especially when the stock market, like the S&P 500, which is the world's largest index fund, is moving more than what Bitcoin is, with a 0.81% rise. And this is one of the reasons why I'm so bullish on Bitcoin, despite the recent price action. The stock market continues its rise. The stock market is not getting held up by recent changes in the way the US dollar is valued. Of course, the US dollar has been rising ever so slightly. That's because of all of the kind of news around inflation over the past week. But don't forget, next month, if we go over to the CME Group interest rate tracker here, in fact, not even next month, in 54 days' time, the next FOMC meeting is. That's a long time. And currently, there is an 80% chance of no rate hike. And that's interesting, because currently, if there is no rate hike on the cards, then it should mean that over the course of the next couple of months, Bitcoin's price starts rallying back to the upside as investors become more and more in tune with putting money back into the markets rather than in banks. You don't want investors putting money in banks. You don't want high interest rates. You have high interest rates, people put their money in the bank, they lock it up and get that safe, nice interest. If that interest rate drops, suddenly people withdraw that money out of the bank and start investing it into the stock market, into the Bitcoin, everything like that. And that's why high interest rates are bad for cryptocurrency. You don't want high interest rates. I mean, if you think about lockdown, interest rates dropped to basically zero. And that's why everybody's like throwing money at anything that they can find, because ultimately they printed a lot of money and interest rates had dropped to zero. And now we're still dealing with the fallout of that, but we're at the back end of that fallout. And that's good news. I think the market is on the turn, especially when you look at things like Ethereum right now. Ethereum is actually looking pretty decent. Compare Ethereum's chart to the chart of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is doing this kind of slow downward sloping momentum-y thing that doesn't really give us a whole lot of direction. Compare Ethereum on the 4-hour chart. It's actually looking a whole lot more better. If you look at Ethereum versus Bitcoin right now, it's just on the verge of breaking back to the upside, and I think it might be even worth opening an Ethereum long position. Of course, if you are interested in trading, do check out the World Series of Trading link. You'll find it in today's video description. There is only 19 days left to sign up. That ticks down every single day. And if you want to join my team, I don't know how many people are in it right now, but I think earlier today there was about 98 people in the team, something like that. So please do join my World Series of Trading team. You'll find it linked in today's video description. Last year, I came first out of all of the YouTubers. Well, it wasn't first overall, but again, I think overall in the entire competition, I personally ranked 85th out of, it was an entry of 200,000 people or something like that. So I might even open up copy trading for this, but if you want me to do that, we need to get a good sized team. And for that, if we want a good sized team, please do follow the link in today's video description. I just want to see if I can actually find how many people are actually in our team right now. I don't actually know. My dashboard, there we go. All right, how many people are in our team? Oh, I'm not logged in. That's why I can't find it. Either way, check it out. Link in today's video description. Back to the price of Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin's pretty meh. Pretty doing nothing. If you want some offers, by the way, on VPNs and whatnot, please do go to Crypto Saving Expert's Twitter page, whereby we've been tweeting out some offers recently for hardware wallets. You can only get these offers through these links. Definitely worthwhile checking out. But again, it's important to keep an eye on the crypto news right now, because I think a lot of people are taking their eye off the ball when it comes to crypto news, and Crypto Saving Expert is, of course, the best place to be getting your crypto news. But AIs will organize themselves using DAOs, according to BitMEX's Arthur Hayes. Now imagine an AI, decentralized autonomous organization, a company run by bots. That is a different world. If you want to read more about that, please go to cryptosavingexpert.com. But Bitcoin remains stagnant. Where will the price go next? In this article here, it discusses the various different things that can affect the price of Bitcoin. Definitely well worth checking out. And of course, Ternoa chain has partnered with Stellantis and Werewolves Game to foster Web3 development. You'll know recently from the channel that I invested into Ternoa a fairly significant amount of money. And I'm pretty excited about the future of Ternoa. It's not ended just yet. Again, the project is still going forward. It is growing, and in terms of users and adoption, and I think it's a very good shout for the future. And it's the thing, isn't it? if Ethereum is going to start outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum is going to start rallying and Bitcoin's really going to do nothing, and then you're going to see the altcoin market pop. And if you're going to see the altcoin market pop, yeah, Bitcoin is going to start notching back up again. But if the altcoin market's popping, you want to be in there at the lows. And actually, if we go over and have a look at Ternoa's price, I wonder what the price of Ternoa is these days. I'm just going to go over to Ternoa on the Crypto Saving Expert website. 1 cent. Wow, that is cheap right now. If you look at the overall price chart here, you can see after that massive rally up earlier this year, the price has bottomed here at these low levels, and that's looking, it's the price to be in. You don't want to be in when the price is up here. You want to be in when the price goes back down. So a lot of altcoins are looking like this right now. I'm buying a lot of different altcoins, but it's that same situation whereby everybody's liquidity is a little bit tighter. Nobody's made a significant profit in a while because there's been no volatility to profit from. So the bag sizes that people are buying on average are quite small. That's pretty good for supply distribution. And again, it's good for speculation because it means that you get the opportunity to buy in low. There isn't a whole lot of rush. Not saying you should go out and buy 10 altcoins. Absolutely not. What I am saying is I've bought some. And I'm buying a bunch of different altcoins right now, like a portfolio of 20 different altcoins. And I'm just slowly averaging into them all. If you want to know more about that altcoin portfolio, smash that like button. Let's get this video to 700 likes. If we get 700 likes on this video, I'll post the whole altcoin portfolio either on Twitter or in a video. And yeah, on that note, guys, what do you think is going to happen to the price of Bitcoin? I think it's going to be a pretty meh weekend, but I think next week we slowly start notching back up again as we seem to be forming a little bit of a bottom here. But again, $29,100, we need to hold that level. If we fail at that level, back down to $29,000, and at $29,000 we lose that level, game over. For a little bit at least, and then you're going to see some like rallying in the Ethereum market. But overall, slap a like on today's video, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, join the club of people that trade and stuff. You'll find links in today's video description for all that good stuff. Trading tutorial on the screen right now, new trading tutorial coming out next week. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.